We're live!
And we are live right now.
Hey!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of Oodvin. Sorry for being gone last week. You know, world events. So, yeah.
World events.
Anyway, we are back into escaping into our fantasy realm. So let us start with introductions. My name is Maxwell Williams. I am the DM for this session, and I play a whole bunch of characters, including Afenzia, a mysterious lich fae that has just met the party.
That's her name. Afenzia.
Oh, it's me, isn't it? I think, right? Yes?
Yep.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sam Rinaldi, and I play Winnie Winslow, the Twilight cleric of the party.
Hi, I'm Connor McGinley. I play Lilibet Pembroke, and he's a ranger fighter now. And I think there might be some more stabbing, but there's definitely an interrogation about to happen.
Yes, stabbing.
Hi everyone, I am Dane Brancato. I play Zephyr Windstrider, the Air Genasi College of Swords bard of the group, who didn't break a rib this time. So we call that character growth.
Who's next?
Oh, it's me.
What's up?
I always
Okay.
forget. Hi, my name is Julie Risto, and I play Octavia Lagazur, a rogue swashbuckler. And she's not having a good time.
Next up.
Yep.
I've is it me?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
lord.
it is
I
you.
Oh no!
completely-
Oh no!
Hello.
I'm last.
My name is Aaron. I play Februm Cask, the Simic hybrid blood hunter.
Okay, and I'm Drew. I thought you were going to say something else after that.
Oh,
I'm
no.
Drew. I play Aldrich Bernask, the armor artificer, old man of the group.
Lovely. With that, let's do a quick little recap of the last session, last little bit. So our group of adventurers, in between their weekly studies at Ravenside Academy, took some downtime, granted to them by the headmaster of the academy. Considering that their last weekend mission was so difficult, they might as well have this weekend off. After some bar crawl shenanigans, the party decided that they were going to follow an old friend of Octavia, Alexander, into an old mansion in the shadow that doesn't seem to be inhabited. Little do they know, though, a powerful creature, a lich fae, had taken up residence in this house long ago, and just doesn't have the need to leave that often anymore. So, between the party fighting for their lives, a couple of backstabbing incidents, and searching for new lore in a mysterious book that no longer exists, and solving a riddle, they eventually ended up mostly back together in the library, except for Lily. I think that is where we're going to start with. So, Lily, you are in this small 10-foot by 15-foot room. Everything has a thin dust sheet just draped over top of it. You can tell that just by the peaks of furniture and artwork on the wall that this room would once have been decorated immaculately, but has fallen into old age, not necessarily disrepair, but there just doesn't seem to be a whole lot of foot traffic that comes through this way. In front of you is Alexander, tied to a chair, I believe, as he begins to come to. You see him kind of like groggily begin to blink his eyes.
Well, hello there, sleepyhead. Got a moment to chat?
He just kind of stares up at you defiantly.
Is that a no or is that a yes? I mean, it seems like you're not preoccupied, but I'm not sure what your plans are.
Honestly, surprised that I'm still alive. But here we are,
Why?
I guess. You seemed
Why are
pretty...
you surprised?
You seemed pretty... determined.
Well, I'm still determined. And I'd say you're on thin ice. But, I don't know, you could be helpful.
In what way?
I'd just like to get to know a little bit about you.
So are we going to play 20 questions?
I don't know, I just asked if you were busy and you were very apprehensive to actually answer.
He, like, gestures down to, like, the ropes that are holding his hands. I was like, I'm a bit tied up at the moment, so...
Oh.
Not a whole lot of
Well,
plans.
I can wait. If you'd like.
I'm all set.
Okay. So first off, are you Alessander?
What kind of question is that?
I don't know, you were acting weird. And Tavi didn't seem to think you were acting normally. So I just want to know if you're even Alessander.
The answer's not necessarily that simple.
Well, I've got time.
He, like, rolls his eyes. Do you even know what the Fae are?
Yeah.
Have you ever talked with one of them?
Yes.
He kind of looks confused. He's like,
But just to be absolutely sure, what do you think the Fae are?
they're beings from another plane of existence.
Naturally.
He just, like, squints at you. Anyway. And he just kind of, like, looks over, starts looking around the room. Looks back to the ties behind his back.
Hey, don't get distracted.
I'm sorry, it's just so easy. There's so much to do.
I know, right? There's, like, dust everywhere, and you could count every single grain if you wanted to. But I'm sure you'll have time for that later.
So, are you going to finish me off, torture me? What are we doing here?
I just wanted to ask you questions, but I'm flexible.
But you're more than welcome to try, but don't know how much of my information is going to be useful to the likes of you.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I'll conveniently ignore it for now. So, you said it was a complicated answer, but you kind of just asked me if I knew what the Fae were, and I kind of lied to you, but you didn't seem to believe that anyway, but then you proceeded to not actually tell me if you're Alessander.
You watch, like, he rolls his eyes again, looks over into, like, a corner, and you see that there's this, like, glimmer that goes across his eyes, almost like a wipe. And his expression changes. And there's more of a look of concern. And... well, shit. And you are?
I'm Lily. I'm the one that brought you here.
Well, oh my god. And you like see that like all the pain that he's experienced kind of hits him at the same time. Where are we? What is going on?
Are you Alexander?
Who else would I be? How do you know my name?
Goodness. I didn't think you'd still be in this body. I mean... I think you have some company in there. Can you, like... Is there, like, another person in your head?
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Cool. 5.
Can you just untie me and we can talk the situation out like civil individuals?
No, because you tried to kill us. And you tried to kill Tavi too, and she didn't seem too fond of that.
Where's Tavi?
In a different room.
You take
We're
me
friends.
to her right now.
I can't do that because you threatened her. And if you are Alexander, then you want to protect her, and I want to protect her. We want the same thing. And I don't know if the other person in your head wants that.
Bollocks. It's never been an issue before.
What?
Them.
Them?
Were they going after something? Did you all get in the way?
Yeah. There was something in this mansion, and I don't really know what it was. But we didn't let them have it, so... They didn't like that.
That would explain a few things.
Look, I'd love to take you to see Tavi, but I can't let you do that until I know you're gonna be okay with her.
Well, how do I prove that to you?
Well, do you know something about this other person? Can you convince me that they're not gonna be a problem?
Unfortunately, with current events, I don't know if I can give you that promise. As far as who they are, I'm not sure. All I know is that they are powerful and dangerous.
So you have a powerful them in your head. How long have they been there?
More recently, I think, but the memory's fuzzy. Part of me wants to think that they've been with me the whole time, the other part... It's confusing.
Well, I mean, it's great talking to you, really it is. But can I talk to the other person again? Can you do that, or is that not something you get to control?
I haven't necessarily tried.
Could you try?
Make another persuasion check.
Disadvantage or no?
No, just straight this time. Good roleplay.
Okay, we're gonna add my d6 to that, so maybe it'll be d6. 16 total.
Okay. Are you sure these bonds are enough?
Well, if they're not, my needle will be.
Intriguing. Okay. Let me try.
Thank you.
It doesn't really want to come out. What are you gonna make this DC? Don't think that's gonna be enough. You see him kind of like he like squints and grunts, and you see the vein kind of like in his forehead they begin to bulge out. But eventually his breath comes back to him, and he's like, I can't do it.
Well, that's disappointing. But I guess if they don't want to come out, then I can probably take you back to everyone else. Right? That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Okay, but I'm gonna have to keep an eye on you.
Understandable.
She unties him.
Okay. He kind of grabs his wrists, rubs them gently, and... Shall we?
Yes. I don't know exactly where we are, so we might have to look around a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Let's go.
The two of you head out of the door, and you're kind of blinded for a moment by the bright light of what you walk into, but you walk into the library, just as everyone else is coming to. Little bit of a time dilation, but you come out of the room that was next to the room that you were in.
Oh, I guess we were already here.
And you walk out, and you see the rest of the party, as well as this tall, elegant, pale figure with long white hair, kind of hovering a couple inches off the ground. And everyone is present. As Lily and Alexander walk out of the room attached to the library.
Oh, this is awkward.
I wanna
Yeah, this is a little.
when they come in, I'll say Al aims his lightning launchers at Alexander. And
No,
says,
that won't be necessary for now.
Friendly over here.
This is the good one. It's the other them in their head that's not the good one.
The who to what now?
Sorry?
Mhm.
There's
There's a bad them
in
in his head.
What?
Zephyr looks over at Winnie and Februm and goes, Did we miss something?
I think so, yes.
I don't know.
Tavia kind of like subconsciously, she still looks pretty roughed up. Like she still looks kind of awful. Like reaches to her back to where the wound where the knife had gone through, and she's like, "Tell me something that only you would know."
One sec.
Yeah, no worries. I'm making you do that.
Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Frantically
Sorry.
looks through DM notes. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah
Blah blah blah.
blah 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 blah.
Oopsies.
Peanut butter
So
pop
many
pop
notes.
butter pops. Pop 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 peanut pops.
While
We
he
know
think-
what you.
While he thinks about that, what is everyone else doing?
Oh. Ooh.
Oh yes. Oh
Ooh.
yes. Uh-huh.
I want to take that. I want to take a book. I want to take that book.
So how are
this-
you going about taking this book?
I didn't think I'd get that far. Hold on. Oh shit. Okay, so they're like attached to chains. You said correct? they're chained up boys. Oh, a bobby pin.
Yep.
They're chained up boys. Okay.
Mhm.
I part of me just wants to like take my warhammer and go at it, but at the same time, I don't know if I should do that. I don't know if she's gonna get mad if I take a book.
I mean, you could ask. She's kind
That's
of got a
true.
lot of them.
That's too easy.
Could I actually make
Ah,
an insight check on her?
On who?
Offenzia?
Offenzia? What are you trying
Yeah.
to insight?
Specifically if I guess like her feelings towards us, like hostility, I guess.
Yeah. Roll an insight check.
Oh, nice. I would say 21.
21. There is this ever-present malevolence about her, but you're not sure if that's an attitude that she carries, or it's just because of the power radiating off of her.
It's RBF.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 100% RBF.
Yeah.
This is a individual that is capable of great deeds, whether they be good or bad, is dependent on their emotional state in the moment.
Fantastic. I
Fair
love
enough.
volatility.
It's like me.
Shit. I guess I'll kind of I guess I'll like look to her and be like, so your library, why are the why are the books chained up?
Oh, to keep them from flying away, of course.
What? like they actually fly, or like are we talking like you can't control them flying away?
Which one makes sense to you?
Do you want all of them?
Generally. Yes. I do
Mm.
like my collections.
Mm.
Would you like to trade? There's a little sparkle in her eye.
She would.
I don't know what I would have that you would want.
Oh, anything.
Anything.
Oh yes, a lock of your hair,
Oh wait.
a piece of paper that you've written a note on, a bit of your blood. There,
Oh, no.
she does say a bit of your blood, and there's a
That
little
was a
like,
joke. Oh no.
Max, why did I want this book again? I remember wanting a book. I don't remember why.
There's something in the back of your head that tells you that this is important.
Oh. So what is the significance of my hair, or my writing, or my blood? Okay, that one I could get, I guess. But why?
Everything's important in its own little way.
I don't like it. I don't like it, Mr.
Only a true collector can appreciate even the most mundane things. And while you think about that, Octavia, Alexander kind of like ponders for a moment. And you see him kind of begin to blush a little bit. Octavia, do you remember when you had to, you know, one of the times that you bailed me out and pretended to be my mother?
It's like, because you got engaged at a fancy ball and you didn't know how to get yourself out.
Oh, yes. And you remember how I kind of jumped out the window with no clothes on?
Yes, I remember, it's you. Goddess almighty, that was a night.
I mean, I thought it was quite fantastic, and especially the drinks afterwards hit differently.
It different.
It really did. She just kind of rolls her shoulders back, kind of trying to like shake off her fatigue as she walks up to him. She's like, "What happened? You weren't you. There's someone else in there?"
I'm not sure if it's a someone or a something. Is kind of interrupting Alexander. Afenzia speaks up. And she's like, "Oh, did you make a deal with one of them? Oh, that's so sad. They do like to cut the larger ends there sometimes. But, you know, it is what it is. Live and let learn."
You made a deal.
You see that Alexander looks surprised. Not that I haven't signed anything. I haven't wished away anything.
I told you about talking to strange people at odd hours.
Actually, let me roll a history check for him. Ooh. There was that one old man. And Afenzia kind of speaks up again, interjecting herself into the conversation. Oh, he does like to present himself in that way when he's in a weakened state. Did he offer to do something for you to help out? Oh, yes, that makes perfect sense. Well, guess you're screwed now. Does anyone want tea? It is quite late.
I'm sorry, but how do we get rid of this? Because I personally, I was stabbed through and then knife in the back. You know, that's kind of a lot of things to be concerned about, you know, in regards to, you know, kind of motions between her and Alexander, like.
You see, like, Alexander reacts to you, like, I stabbed you in the... Oh, no.
Don't worry about it.
He starts, like, pacing. Doing kind of, like, that nervous pace.
Like, Alexander, clearly it wasn't you, and I didn't think it was you.
But I still did it. This body still did it.
There's a big difference between you doing it and your body doing it.
She makes a fair point, and if Lily didn't trust you, she wouldn't have let you out of that room.
Good to
You'd
know.
probably be dead if Lily didn't trust you.
Yeah, that's true.
Looks over at Waiting, like, Anyway,
What?
Tea? Anyone? It is a bit.
If I
drafty
say
in
yes,
here.
will you like offer to help us if I say yes? Or at least tell us what you know
Possibly.
about this old man figure.
Oh, that is quite possible, depending on how the conversation goes.
I would
Yeah,
love
right.
a glass of tea.
It's
Cup of
like,
tea.
yeah, all right.
I will
Cup of
take
tea.
Yeah,
some
tea
tea,
sounds
yes.
nice.
Follow me then.
I'll take a
Everyone's
cup
like, yeah, tea, tea.
Oh.
She begins to float out of the library, kind of around the corner. If anyone's lacking behind too much, she like does a little like pops her head back just to make sure that people are following her.
I think before she goes, Octavia's gonna run over to Al, and she's just gonna be like, "Are you all right?"
Is this after? Has Winnie healed me yet?
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Thought I did. Yeah.
If Winnie
Okay, cool.
hasn't, Zephyr has.
He's still holding his side. The injury was or was not healed.
It was healed.
Was.
Yep.
Okay. He's still holding his side then, and he says, I'm hanging in there.
Well, don't push yourself. Not until we get back, okay? I wanted to say thank you. You protected me. That is a debt I won't soon forget, I promise.
Just doing what I was taught to do.
Kind of awkwards him like well, she like goes to like pat his shoulder, but then realizes that that's probably gonna hurt. So she like just kind of like air there, and then like nods and will jog over to Alessander to try and pull him along to get tea instead of pacing, you know.
He comes along, but he definitely flinches when you get close.
She kind of takes it in stride. A lot weirder's happened today.
Okay. You follow Offensia around the kind of bend of the house up towards the front door, and she leads you over into a parlor space. There are a couple books on the wall here, but nothing seems to be chained or tied down like it was in the library. More light reading. You look around and you notice that you can read the titles. These are books that you would find in a present-day library, as well as a couple of candles that are kind of lit by the flick of the wrist, and 2 trays of tea. Oh, I didn't know people's preferences, so I had the servants prepare a lilac and a chamomile.
Servants.
Oh, yes, they're floating around, unseen.
Oh.
More than one.
Several, actually.
Ah.
I try to keep at least 6 or 7 going at the same time.
Amy doesn't know much about magic, but she knows that it takes a lot to do that. Like subconsciously.
You ever like run into them, or do they run into each other, or?
I haven't really quite thought about that. I guess I pass through them regularly.
Oh.
Intriguing. Anyway, please make yourself at home, even though I think most of you already have, considering you're breaking into my estate, but...
Sorry about that.
Oh, feel free to have a seat, everyone.
And Octavia will take chamomile and have a seat.
Well, it has been lovely watching you all these past couple weeks. I was just wondering when you would make your way over here. There were a couple different options. This one was quite intriguing, though.
I'm sorry, the what now? You've been watching us.
You were expecting
Zephyr's
us
got his
to
hand
break
up.
in.
Zephyr just slowly raises his hand.
Oh, yes, I've been watching you for quite a while. Actually, I've been watching most of your lives, but yes. Yes, Zephyr.
Why?
I mean, why not?
Do you watch everyone in this town?
Oh, not necessarily. A handful of people here and there, some important figures. You know that Ruth has been quite interesting to watch recently, but, you know, can't really nail her down that often. But the fact that the six of you
That's
have gotten
Cult Lady.
together...
I've never actually met her.
Oh, yeah, I guess she did start a cult recently.
Can we go back to that last
Oh,
part?
so this is a recent thing. That's
What do you mean by the fact that the 6 of you got together?
Oh, it's just intriguing. So many storylines converging at one point.
So you've been watching all of us individually.
Yes. I thought.
and
that,
you
I
said
thought
you
that
were
was clear. Oh.
You said you were expecting us to come here at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to be like absolutely clear. Have you been watching me in particular my whole life? You said most of us, but I just want to make sure that includes me.
Oh yes, I have been watching you as well.
Oh, great. No need to catch you up then.
The inside, not the outside. You know. I know there's a difference.
Right. Right.
Lily, remind me I have several questions when we get out of here.
Okay.
I've had a few and I've kept them to myself, but maybe now's the time for questions and answers. She kind of snaps up and she's like, "You've been watching me? Have
Yes.
you been watching my family?"
It does get a little hazy once you start getting separated, and you know, the lake folk are particularly hard to watch because of your guardian, but it is what it is.
The Silanovny gets in your way.
Oh, their aura. But nothing I can't deal with from time to time. It's just a little more tricky.
Ooh. She's got a question, but I don't think she wants to ask that one now.
Do you know anything about the Fae? Because I lied and said I did, but I don't.
Oh, I know lots about the Fae.
Yeah, specifically that, that shiny bit that the not Alessander wanted.
Mhm.
I think you said it could rebuild the Feywild?
Oh yeah, the Fae Seed. Or Shard, depending on which lore and translation you're going with.
Right. And why would... who is this old man figure that is messing with Alessander, and why does he want to rebuild the Feywild?
Oh, that would be, an Archfey. An old Archfey, technically not still considered an Archfey, now that the plane has collapsed and been condensed into a single crystal. But, with the descriptions given, I would guess it would be Rundar?
Rundar. Well, at least we have a name.
Rundar, the Archfey of Service.
It's not doing me a service, I'll tell you that.
He did like to be a little tricky one. Even anything as simple as him picking up something for you can bind you to a contract. And you see Alexander, like, that rings a bell with him. And there's like a realization.
Alessander?
I dropped a dagger.
And this old man picked it up?
Yes. Seemingly came out of nowhere.
That's quite stupid, innit? That would do something like that. He didn't even ask for it.
Well, he probably asked if you wanted it back. Thus you said yes, thus agreeing to his conditions.
And how was he supposed to know about his conditions? Why do I feel like we need a lawyer?
Oh, I think most people that do deals with fays or fiends, like your friend over there, she like gestures over to Al, usually had a lawyer present at some point in time.
That'd be a very lucrative business, magic lawyer.
And who was the... I'm sorry?
Hmm?
you said that a lawyer had to have been present. Well, who?
Oh no, I said they used to be.
Oh,
Thousands of years ago.
so not currently, and that's why everything's gotten all messed up.
Oh yes. I would expect.
So, what does he want with Alessandra's body aside from to use it to get to the Feywild seed?
Oh, probably to restart the Fae.
And that would be horrific. Why?
Oh, because then the sun would scorch the Fae once again and probably take its power for itself.
The what?
Mm.
I'm sorry, I thought you were more caught up. Maybe I'm giving you too much information up front.
It is.
Wait, so the them inside Alessandra's head wants to feed all of the Fae to the sun so that the sun can kill everything.
No, I have the idea that the voice inside Alessandra's head is delusional.
Oh, okay.
So how do we get rid of it?
Is that something that you want to do?
She kind of looks at Alessandra and she's like,
Wait,
I mean-
before you answer that, and think about what we just learned.
Alexander kind of like looks like I don't know what to say. Am I supposed to agree or disagree?
I mean, I'm not gonna force you to get rid of it, but if it's dangerous, then kind of like goes back to rubbing her back again. Like, I mean,
I want it gone, but Lily had just said that I shouldn't say anything.
no, love, that's not what she was getting at. It was more like, take careful account into what we've been talking about, and maybe if she said something to you, she kind of looks over at Lily and she's like, can you be a little more specific for those of us who are struggling?
Well, because, like, the old guy asked if he wanted help, and that was bad when he said he did want help, and she asked almost the same question. So, maybe find out what her conditions are first.
That is very smart, and I did not think of that. Thank you, Lily. You are a goddess send.
Oh, conditions?
Because, I mean, I don't know too much about primordial liches, but,
Oh, I'm not a primordial. That's a whole different deal. There's 4 of those. There's 5 of the Archfey.
right. She kind of, like, leans over to Winnie, and she's like, are you taking notes?
I mean, kinda.
Maybe do that. She leans back into the conversation. She's just like, right. Consider me uneducated. Anyway,
Apparently.
if we were to ask, glossing over that, if we were to ask you to help us get rid of this Fey creature,
Yes.
what are your conditions? Or do you not do that and you could just tell us how to get rid of it?
Well, to be fully honest with you, I don't know how to get rid of it.
Joy.
At my current level, I don't have the power to break a Fey contract.
Wait. So let's recap real quick.
Mhm.
So the Feywild
Yes.
no longer exists.
No.
Yep.
Not
The-
technically.
The Archfey
Mhm.
inside Alistair wants to bring the Feywild back.
Yes. Because they're not
Which is-
they're not technically a deity without a plane to rule over.
Gotcha. And he wants to bring the Feywild back, but that would be a bad idea because the sun wants to use the Feywild to get stronger?
Yes. I mean, Blazidin had already consumed the hells, so...
Oh, okay.
I suppose that explains some things.
Plazidin's the sun. Oh, I get it now.
That doesn't really make sense, does it? I thought it was hot down there.
Generally, I mean, there's different climates, different conditions.
Oh.
Yes, the more you know. So, if we wanted the information, is there another Archfey that has said information?
Oh no, I think the rest are dead.
Okay, well that's good
So
to
there's
know.
4 Archfey, including you, right? Wait, 5?
There
But
were
the
at
others are
one
dead.
point 5, including me. I guess the seats still exist, but... I'm actually surprised Rondar is still alive. I thought I left them all to die.
So
Yeah.
there's
Funny
5
that.
of you. Okay.
Do you know about the deities? All of them? Or are we still just concerned with the Celestials?
We've been looking for information on the deities because Blazidin's kind of his followers are kind of proving to be troublesome.
If that's what you want, then let's make a deal.
Real quick, question for you.
Yes.
You've been watching us, right?
Yes.
So you know essentially everything we've been through.
Yes. Well, bits and pieces here and there get fuzzy, but I'm fairly intelligent, so I can put the pieces together.
What
Stress.
what do we do? And stop me if this is a fuzzy part that you don't know.
Mhm.
But what do we do about the whole thing with arm and
Oh,
Winnie, do
Winifred's
you mind if I
condition?
say anything? Okay, so they do know.
That's actually an
Yeah.
unexpected one. It's also progressed a lot faster than some of my original tellings have predicted, so
But what do we
I'm
do?
along for the ride as well.
So you have no idea.
Oh, no, I have an idea. You'll just have to pay for it.
What's the price?
Zephyr?
What's your offer?
Zephyr?
Well, I want to know what ballpark we're in before I undershoot it, but
I will tell you. The more personal the information or object is, the more you get.
Maybe we should decide all of the things we want to know before we start sacrificing parts of ourselves.
Yes, that's very good. Don't
Then we
give
can
up.
decide how much we can spend. We should have a budget to go shopping.
The sacrificial budget. Oh,
I
Lord.
do love that.
Octavia's just like got her head in her hands. She's like, I need my cat.
Oh, Lilibet, I do love your style.
Can I
I picked up a
converse?
few things.
Can I converse with Perseus now that we're outside of
Yes.
the?
He-
Cool.
He immediately reconnected with you as soon as you were teleported back to the library.
She's definitely said like, please come. I need you.
Perseus does tell you that a sparrow has been following him around the mansion for the past 30 minutes.
Oh. Real quick, this is not like this isn't a part of our bargain, whatever shopping list that we're creating. Do you control sparrows?
Oh, my familiar.
Oh, okay. Well then.
He has been keeping a watch on your Perseus. Want to make
Good,
sure that
just-
he's not getting into too much trouble.
I
Where's
doubt he
Axel?
could. Back at
He's still at the house.
still
Yeah,
the
he's-
house, the room.
Isn't Perseus supposed to be watching him?
No, he came with
No.
because
Okay.
we needed him for the heist.
No, Axel is currently watching the monodrone.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh yes.
How-
Yes.
Can you see them right now? How are they doing?
Would you like me to check on them?
That's hold on. Hold on.
I love this.
Oh,
like-
that was close. That was close.
Oh, I almost got you with that one.
Oh,
Really
I am-
funny. Ha 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 ha
oh,
ha.
I hate this. Oh god.
I am the archfey of language, so.
Oh wow. Okay.
Makes sense. A
Or
lot of
was
things make
at one
sense.
point.
Oh, so you're more the kind of like play on word type of trickery than like hidden details trickery.
A little bit of both. A mystery is always exciting. What's the point of reading a story if there aren't a few twists here and there?
Hilarious. Yes. Let us converse. She kind of looks at the others and she's like,
There's really no point in conversing if they can see and hear everything
Well-
we're doing.
I could give you some privacy for a small price.
"No, it's
no,
okay.
no, it's fine.
You're just going to hear it anyways. But
Yeah, we should still talk about it though.
we can talk about it, and I don't care if you're here. We just need to talk."
Okay, I thought this was something more down low.
No, it doesn't
Ooh.
need to be.
What all do we want to know?
And Octavia will beckon Alessander to their little circle.
He hesitantly comes closer.
It's like, do you want to get rid of it?
I mean, I was going to say I don't want any of you risking anything to get rid of this. I'm more than willing to part with
No,
my own
no.
belongings.
Nuh-uh. Nope. And she will turn back to the group and she's like, all right, so how to find out how to get rid of whatever is trying to use Alessander, because that, quite honestly, pisses me off. So, I can take care of that.
Rid of the Archfey and Alessander. He's taking notes.
She's so cute. Good for her.
Definitely what's going on with Winnie.
What's hey?
What?
I don't know. That shouldn't be something anyone else has to sacrifice
That
for.
Well, I do know because it's gonna affect us too.
I got you into this mess. Least I could do is
Lily, you know?
What?
You said you know because it'll affect us too.
What happens with my arm affects the whole group. I think that's what she
Right.
means.
Oh.
I just mean it matters to more than just her.
Correct. Yep. Got it. I was like, wait, you know what's going to happen? That's what my brain heard.
Okay, I'll write it down.
Besides, we're a party. All of our problems are all of our problems. If that makes sense.
And she's like, she kind of nudges Alessander and she's like, you hear that? You're a part of my problem.
Aren't I always?
Wouldn't have it any other way, love.
He just smiles. Kind of weakly. He is still on 1 hit point.
Yeah, about
Everyone's
that.
pretty hurt.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty hurt.
Mm.
Oh, alright, hold on.
Wait, no, I only lost 2 hit points in that fight. Hold on.
I'm at like half, a little more than half.
Well, everyone who's in the room is like hurting,
Right,
except for Lily.
right.
Does
I think I
anyone
still-
need some healing? Like, y'all are not looking good.
I still have a 4th level spell slot, so I could probably do something.
I still have a lot of spell slots. I have like 4, so I can heal people.
I can do a
I'm like-
prayer of healing.
I'm like a little
Neat.
soul. You could probably heal this lad up, though. I think you're in pain and you're just not telling me.
Would
I don't know what you're talking
Cure
about.
Wounds wouldn't get rid of Owl's
Wait, who?
lung thing, would it?
Is
Wait,
she...
who is
Winnie
it?
already
hurt?
got...
That's already
We can
healed.
Get rid of that.
Yep.
Who isn't hurt?
I'm not.
I am not.
I don't really need it.
Like, because I can heal up to 6. So like,
Why don't you
Oh.
just roll it, and then anyone can take it.
okay.
Would cure wounds get rid of
That's 25 hit
Al's
points.
injury?
Okay.
Winnie had already healed Al's injury.
Oh, okay.
It is so injuries are, for minor injuries, it is a 10-minute casting of Lesser Restoration. For major injuries, it is a 10-minute casting of Greater Restoration.
Gotcha.
Luckily, you haven't run into any major injuries yet.
Thank goodness.
A lot of broken ribs.
So that was 20. That's 25 hit points. I'm taking one of those for myself, so 5 other people can take it.
Dang.
Yeah.
So,
pretty good.
I mean, if there's an extra one, I'll take it.
Anyone can
What?
take 25 hit points.
Yep.
I'm gonna take that.
I said don't worry about the number. Anyone can take it.
Make sure
Okay.
we should give one to Alistair, right?
Yeah, Alessander, yeah, should take one.
Or Alisander. Sorry.
You're good. They're close. I guess Octavia would be like reluctant to accept it because she's like, I mean, she's not doing great, but she's okay. But then she'll take it.
Okay, so we got 2 more.
I suppose I'll take it. I mean,
Yeah,
Okay.
like I said, I lost 2 hit
Yeah.
points, so I'm fine.
Who wants this one?
I guess I lost 3, so I'll take it.
That's how it works.
Okay.
Hey.
Cool.
This is the first time I haven't gone down in combat. I'm really happy with that.
You know, just in case we get jumped on the way home, I'd prefer not to be at, I can feel it when I breathe.
So, does anyone else have, like, an important question that might actually affect all of us at some point? Like Al's death box addiction? For
Yeah,
example?
Al, what's up with that? That's kind of
Uh,
important.
I mean, I've
Just
got some
coming after this
questions
man.
for you, Lily, but I don't think that it's something we need them to answer.
No, we can talk to
No.
Lily afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but that whole library is still kind of spinning in my head.
I want that book.
Oh,
I
this one?
kind of want to know
She,
as
like,
much
the one
as I
we destroyed?
possibly can.
Yes?
I
And?
kind of want to know, like, I don't know. There's
Is that dried blood on your face?
a lot, yes.
What happened while we were gone?
Februm went poof.
Yeah. We had some. I suppose we had some quality time, me and the and the Fae.
Her ladyship.
Her ladyship. Yes.
Alright, and we had a regular old brawl in the middle of nowhere.
And we destroyed probably an ancient book
Book.
artifact of some kind. Yeah. Sorry about that, by the way.
Oh yeah, I thought that would help.
It was kind of like fight or flight.
Well, it is an artifact, so I'll just have to find it somewhere else.
Ah.
The lack of concern terrifies me.
Yeah. Wait. So what? So what did you want? What did you want to know, Februm, about the?
I'm not sure in particular. I just any knowledge that's available to me, I just want to know.
Do you want access to her library?
At least. Yes.
Okay.
That seems remarkably vague and not super relevant to the rest of us, so if you'd like to sacrifice something of your own...
This is my
Yeah.
own thing.
So we won't put that in the budget.
Don't put that in.
Yeah.
While
We wanna do something
the
about the
party is talking about their budget and everything. I think we're gonna go to break real fast. You'll give the party about 10 minutes to think about what they want off camera, and we will be back. All right?
Yay.
See you in a bit.
See you in 10.
Yay!
Ask their own question.
And we're back as people leave and run away. We are live once again. Welcome back. The party is
brother.
the party is
back,
currently in the attempts of making a deal with a once archfey turned fey lich named Offenzia. So she stands up, she puts down her tea very gently. Is anyone ready? Have we come to any decisions?
Tavia kind of like looks to the others. She's like, I can go last. I kind of want to tell him mine in private, if it's all the same. It doesn't have anything to do with the rest of you, or it's not that I don't want to tell you. I just don't worry about it.
Oh, that can be arranged.
Same.
No worries.
Saying not to worry about it sounds like something we should be worried about.
No, don't. Seriously, it is. It's stupid. It really is. I promise. Don't. Yeah. She kind of just like looks down at her feet. Picks imaginary dust.
You said that I had made a deal with a fiend.
Oh,
Although
were you not aware?
No.
Did your father not tell you?
No.
Interesting.
I expected that conversation to go very differently.
I guess there's the possibility that he didn't know either.
His father didn't know, nor his father.
Nor his
So many
father before
fathers.
him.
I was going to try something, but that...
Oh, you're more than happy to continue trying things.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm good.
Did
Does that
you
have
want
to
a
do with
copy
your
of the
box,
contract?
You can just
Do
do
you
that.
have a copy of the contract?
I could.
Oh boy.
If I were to ask you for a copy of the contract, what would you want in return?
Oh, you're to leave it up to me?
What?
It is a fairly valuable thing. Would take a great deal of power. Could possibly expose myself. The request would have to be large. I would say the last memory you have of your wife.
How? That's
That's
a
kind of
lot.
cruel and unusual.
Well, I mean, not to sound unsensitive, but wouldn't the last memory be kind of a bit hard anyway? Because it'd be her dying. Technically speaking.
There's no way I could do that.
Well, Guess you'll have to continue your boxes. Anyone else?
I
So-
suppose I'll. Oh.
Oh. I was going to bring up one of the party things, but you go. You go. It's fine.
Oh,
As was I.
Might take a second. I suppose I should. I could go. I would like to study under you.
You see she breaks into like a big smile.
Your library is very intriguing, and the fact that I'm able to read it is far more so. And I would like to explore that.
Understood. What would you like to offer?
He kind of thinks to himself.
Also, how long would you like this tutelage to last? I could do the rest of your life if you'd like.
While he's thinking, Zephyr leans over to Lily and is like, You okay with this?
I have to let him do what he wants.
How?
That's so admirable.
I
Good head on your
suppose.
What a good spouse.
I suppose how long it would be dependent on how valuable you think my offer is.
Well, out with it then.
He takes a deep breath. And he pulls out his scythe. And he puts it up against one of his tentacles.
Oh.
Isn't that like
The
your
fact that Connor's
weapon?
also excited, he goes, "Oh!"
And
I'm lost.
would you be doing this yourself?
Would that
Did
that
you
add?
want it hurt?
Is
Would
yes.
that be worth?
Do you want to watch?
do- I suppose so.
Okay.
Look,
She like gets really excited suddenly.
Octavia looks very concerned.
She has to like
She's
contain
looking
herself.
between them like,
She like
looks very concerned.
she begins to kind of like float around the room. She is grabbing like books and papers, and she opens up books. There's hidden compartments that she's pulling things out of. And she like puts it all together in this what looks kind of like what you would know today is like a camera, but it looks like this mystical piece of technology that no one's really ever heard of, but reminds you a little bit of Zephyr's music device. And she sets it up and puts it on a stand pointing at Februm.
Well.
she's taking a picture.
Oh boy.
Oh lord.
Well, I would say
Raise your price for a picture, Februm. Pictures cost extra. Come on, man.
it is treatable. I say it would buy you at least a year. Maybe 2. No. 2 years.
2 years. I'll take it.
Lovely. She hits a button.
She hits a button.
It's like one of those. It prints out the photo.
Oh
It's
no!
like a Polaroid.
It is-
Well.
she hits a button and a little red light turns on.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Yeah,
recording!
Oh
Yeah.
no!
no!
Oh.
Oh,
You should have charged
streaming.
extra.
Turned away.
I should have charged extra.
This thing can take moving pictures.
I didn't know.
Whenever you're ready.
She just like got her hands over her eyes. She can't watch.
Oh, I also get
I'm
to
gonna-
keep the tentacle, by the way. As part of the deal.
Do they like grow back?
I figured. I
For
thought
things, you
what
know.
was that was the original
Oh,
offer.
I just wanted to make sure that was clarified before
Oh,
the
okay,
process
yes.
began.
Yeah. No, I understand.
You could have said that it would have cost more for her to keep it.
What?
Februm!
What?
Come on, man.
Well,
How
well
does it make
he
you
would have
feel?
just gotten
Harder
less
here.
if I wasn't able to keep the tentacle. But
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm trying.
whenever you're ready.
I'm gonna activate my Crimson Right first. Let's do that.
Tavia's kind of like hiding behind Alessandra
Awesome.
with her
2 damage.
eyes covered. She's like, oh lord.
Winniees are almost covered, but she's got to see in space.
Now, is this? Am I just rolling damage on myself, or do I have to make an attack roll? How does this work?
Con save.
Just let me know what you're doing.
All right. I'll kind of
God.
with the Crimson Right activated, I'll kind of swing the scythe around a little bit to gain momentum, and then just hit it,
It just goes
and then just slice at it.
boom. And there's just the sickly sound of flesh being torn
Ugh.
in half as it's immediately cauterized by the Crimson Right. Just burning radiance. There is a screech of pain from Februm. And the thump of a tentacle hitting the floor as it wriggles for a second before losing what remaining life was inside of it and becomes motionless. Fabrum, I will write this up for you, but you take a major injury to your tentacles. Any check, anything done with your tentacles is done with disadvantage.
All right.
God damn.
I think when she hears it, Lily already wasn't looking, so she just hears it, but she grabs Zephyr's shoulders. Like,
Ugh.
Zephyr throws up.
Throws up.
You
Just,
see, like,
just like a little bit in his mouth, and he just.
Afenzia immediately like floats over. She picks up the tentacle with some like telekinetic energy. She studies it for just a moment before snapping her fingers. It disappears.
Nice.
Oh my
Well,
god,
that
you
was
actually did it.
quite worth the trade. You
Oh
have
my
full
God.
access to my library for the next 2 years.
That's it. You're not gonna
yeah.
like teach him things.
She like whips her hand around and a little brass key like shows up. A leather cord ties itself to the key and it just drapes itself around your neck.
Aw.
Aw. I'm bleeding.
Cute.
Yes,
All right.
the deal is done. The timer starts now.
Thank you.
it's studying, boy.
You're welcome.
Get going.
Oh, this
Gotta
is
make it
so
worth it.
exciting. It's been so long since I've made a deal. Who's next? Yes. Zephyr.
I got 2.
Okay.
A small one and a big one.
Okay.
Small one's just some information. What is my sister hiding? She was off last time we talked, but she's always off, but it was a little different.
Well, what are you willing to offer?
Information for information. Tell me what you want to know. And if I know it, I'll tell you.
Oh, that's not quite the way that this works. Payment up front,
Worth
please.
a shot.
I know it's hard, but just use that brain of yours, love, okay?
I guess maybe tell her information that you think would be just as important. What would be as important as whatever your sister's hiding?
Damn, I was really hoping that you were gonna take the bait on that, Max, and just be like, all right, there's this, and I can weasel my way out of it.
He's too smart.
This is too smart.
Yeah.
Also, the things that she would request to know are not things that you know.
Yeah, I figured. I don't think there's anything that I know that she wouldn't.
You can still offer,
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Yeah.
especially if it has to do with like yourself, your family, you know.
It's essentially juicy gossip.
Yeah,
Hot goss.
Am I wrong?
some hot goss.
Goss.
About 50% of the time, I've worn a fake smile for the past 13 years. No, about 75% of the time. Since me and my sister had to single-handedly bury both of our parents.
That alone
On the same day.
will buy you the fact that your sister knows more than she's letting on, especially about your current situation.
The fact that I shared in front of everyone doesn't buy me anything, like, like pity points for courage, nothing.
Here's what I tell you. Can I have that emotion?
What emotion? Like all of them?
No, all the negative emotion from that memory.
No.
Well,
But I appreciate at least getting that.
Your sister knows more than she's letting on. She has more information that she's not telling you. Your instincts are correct. Yeah.
All right. The bigger one is what can I do to what can I do, or what is your theory? Essentially, just as much information as you can give me on what's going on with Winnie.
And your offer?
Well, I was gonna say whatever the price was now, but
Oh, that price can be very steep. There's a lot of information behind that one. We're on a... what would they call it? A sliding scale.
lovely.
Oh, joy.
Well, that's from our party's general
Yeah, it's the party
budget.
fund,
That's the party fund. So
not the Zephyr fund.
Yeah. Okay. And
and
So-
so party fourth money. I mean, not money.
for valuable trade-in.
Fuck. I had something and I'd completely forgotten.
See what I have.
Did the whole party want to give something?
If we all give one thing, would that be enough?
Depending on what the thing is.
Right, something of relative value.
In a way.
Is that something we can all agree upon? And she kind of looks around.
I'm not sure what else.
A memory, she said.
I do have ideas, by the way.
See, I don't really want to let you, so
That's understandable.
Can we hear the ideas but not say yes?
Of course.
okay.
There's power in shared memories and strong emotions. So, I figured if you'd all... I will ask for but a moment. I want all of your memories of the moment that you lost Axel.
Like
You-
the first time, or
Like in the bar.
Yes.
oh,
That panic, that concern. Just the briefest second of when everyone realized it.
I don't see a distinct problem with that.
Why?
I think it's best not to question her significantly, because then we'd have to offer
That's-
more.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't see a problem with that.
Right, because it's not like when we all met Axel or anything like that. So it wouldn't
No.
like, do anything in that regard.
The only side effects I foresee is a slight diminish in concern. But you'll remember the before and the after and the effects of everything that happened, so...
So just slightly less concerned that he was kidnapped in a public setting.
Mhm.
Okay. Octavia kind of thinks about it and she's like, I would accept if that was something that we as a party can agree upon.
That's one vote for yes.
Lily kind of smirks a little bit and says, I think I'd be fine with that.
That's two.
I suppose there's nothing much to gain with those feelings, so they're all done and gone by now, so I say that'd be fine.
Well, we've got a half. What about the other three?
I mean, I'd be okay with it, but only if it's unanimous.
Okay. Zephyr Aldrich?
Suppose I don't have any qualms with that as long as you said we remember the outcome still, the before and the after.
Oh, yes. All I want is that 1 second.
Alright. I'm in.
I want to turn my back on her. Just face the rest of the party. If a deal with a powerful entity put me or my father or someone in a bad situation, I don't know that I feel comfortable making one.
As much as I understand that, and I get it, I really do, because clearly we've got problems with people accepting contracts when they weren't aware that they were accepting a contract. At least this one is showing us her face. I mean, she's not exactly withheld too much. I mean, I guess it's up to you, Al. If you don't want to, then you don't have to, but we're all trying to get to the bottom of what's happening with Winnie. And quite frankly, if it's happening to Winnie, it's happening to other people as well.
Including Axel.
Including Axel.
Counter offer for you.
Okay.
You point us in the right direction. We don't need set answers if not everyone is on board for it, but you point, even if it's just me, you point us in the right direction, and information for information, I will give you, well, not, hold on, let me phrase this carefully. I will reveal to you essentially the deepest secret, the deepest part of me that I have, that I've told no one.
Zephyr.
Well, we're kind of all in this together, and some of us already agreed to offer some of our memories, so would it still be in effect if Al didn't decide to participate?
I don't want anyone else to have to give up something.
We already said yes!
We don't need to. Yeah, but just because you're willing to... That's hypocritical, now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So would it still be the same if all of us but Al did it then?
I mean, you can understand his hesitation. He didn't know he had an attachment until now.
Oh, this is true. I never really liked to deal with heritage cases, so...
Frankly, I don't care the price that we have to pay, if it means being able to figure this out and help.
I need 2 people to make persuasion checks.
I got it.
I also have it.
Not me.
Me.
Not me.
But if I may.
Good rolls, good rolls, good rolls.
That is a 24. I rolled a 19.
Oh, I dropped it off the desk.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's go, Darcy.
9.
I mean, let's go, Octavia.
What was that,
Oof.
Zephyr?
The 9.
It's a
It's
9.
okay. We got one. We got one of them.
So 1 success and 1
Maybe.
failure.
Ah!
And Octavia's like, and I promise, if it's not enough, what I've got to offer you is kind of juicy, so...
3.
Guys.
I assume that'll work. Better than nothing.
Very true. Thank you, milady, for being so generous.
Oh, she's being polite.
It's a new
We
side.
can't get very far in this world without a little bit of manners.
So you do have them.
Yeah, just not for you.
Anyway, you see she materializes this like huge book out in front of her, completely blank. You see dozens and dozens of pages kind of flip from one side to the other, kind of creating a gust of wind. All of them blank, but it lands neatly in the middle, just resting in the palm of her hand. Now, if all of you would think of that moment for just a second, we can continue.
All right. And they all do, except for Al.
Al, you kind of watch from a distance as you see little strands of golden light begin to come out of each person's head. For a moment, the five of you feel all the panic, concern, and worry that you had in that moment, but intensified as it kind of starts in your chest and then goes up through your throat and up through the top of your head, and then it's gone. You try to think about that moment, and you can remember Axel getting lost, and you remember looking for him, but it's all with this kind of gray, dull feeling. Yes, Zephyr.
Does Winnie remember climbing up on the bar?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was really trying to take a tally off.
Everything's just, it's neutral. It's gray. There's no panic about it. It's as if you were calm when you heard the information. And you watch as those strands of golden light flow into the book, and as they make contact with the paper, it begins to scribble text. And as the last strand of the fifth person kind of lays itself on a page, scrawling text into the page, she closes the book. Tucks it into her robe and... Well, should I just start talking, or do we have a specific direction we would like to go with this?
What exactly was it we asked for? Just specifically about the arm thing, or about...
How to fix it is what Zephyr wanted to know.
What was happening and how to fix it
Yeah.
was the...
That was the full question. Thank you.
Okay.
What was happening and how to fix it? Well, fixing it is a tricky thing. There are two paths laid out in front of you. But as far as what's happening, it would seem that celestial blood has been infused into your system. She kind of stops for a moment. She's like, and fiendish blood that are unnatural to your body's composition and are reacting poorly. Your body is actively fighting against it, but you seem to continually tap in on these powers, letting them grow, strengthen in power, which makes you more powerful in return, but is changing you slowly. The real question is, what do you want it to do about it? Do you want more of this power? Or would you like to return to the way that things were?
Wait, are you asking me that right now?
Yes.
I thought this was a rhetorical thing.
If you don't want to answer, then I guess they both lead you in the same direction. That's out into the waste.
Wait, you mean outside of the city?
Ooh.
Oh, yes. It's not going to just keep you here. You have journeys to take, to travel. Whether or not you're ready to take them now is questionable.
Considering we're all technically first years, that's probably the truth.
The question I posit to you, Winifred, is, do you want to become like your mother? Or like your uncle?
Also rhetorical. Is that one rhetorical?
That one was rhetorical. It's for you to decide on which path you'll end up taking.
So, never mind.
What is it, child?
It's well, I was gonna ask who my mom is, because I already know who my uncle is. But I'm assuming that's with a price.
She starts to think. I feel like you might already have a good guess.
Hey. Cool.
Anything else specifically involved with that?
So Axel's blood was what infected Winnie, correct? I wasn't there for this, so forgive me if I have details wrong.
That was our theory.
I mean,
So we already said that she's some kind of goddess or something, some sort of. So does that mean that Axel is actually Blazidin's child?
Are they cousins?
And now they're cousins. I'll unpack that later. That hurts my brain.
Low-hanging fruit.
I have one question in the same vein, I suppose.
Understood.
Does my sister share a similar condition to Winnie and Axel? I don't need to know if it's different or how different, just if it's the same source.
Lily, you have a sister?
Here's what I'll give you. It originates from the same source. The effects are quite different, though.
Alright.
yeah,
Is that
Lily,
it?
we have a lot of talking to do after this.
Yeah, just a little bit.
There's a lot we gotta know.
That is about all that memory will buy you.
Right? Good.
Somewhere to start.
Is anyone else? Or Octavia, are you prepared to make your request?
I suppose I'm ready.
And you said you wanted to do this in private, correct?
Yes, please.
Did you still want to be last?
Yes, I did. Well, I thought it might be, close out the conversation, but
That one. Can I ask something real quick?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That one book.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want for it?
For this book?
Yeah. yeah, that one.
I
Wait, never mind!
access to it now.
Yeah, wait, never mind.
I kind of lean over. I
forgot.
can read that.
Oh,
then hell
God
yeah.
bless. I would love to borrow that book forever.
He did kind of give up a whole tentacle for it.
I'm
Yeah,
good. Octavia, you do your
I
thing. I'm
mean,
good. I'm good. I have nothing.
we went through this
Tentacle grow
conversation.
back,
already.
or
2 years is what she said.
That doesn't mean I get it. It doesn't just grow back. This was.
Oh.
Yeah, wait, what do you
This
mean?
was-
Why would it grow back? arms
Well,
don't
on
grow
me.
back.
Well,
Some
on me
animals
to begin
can
with.
grow back
I
lost limbs.
Well, I did have one other thing before Octavia goes, if she'd like to go last then.
Of course, Lily. Please.
I mean, I really only have 2 goals in my life, and they're pretty much interrelated. So, I want an edge when I fight that thing. You know the one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also curious if it is also Fey in nature, 'cause it seems similar. I guess I just want some sort of advantage.
Okay. And your offer?
I'll ask you to be open-minded about this one, but I'll offer you these hands to do any work you need, and these feet to walk wherever you need,
I thought you meant you like.
this body to do any work you desire.
A contract of service. Not my typical bounds, but can make it work. Sure. Why not?
Great. So, what can you offer me?
Where to begin? Now, would you humor me in an ongoing contract? For each service that is performed, a gift will be rewarded.
Well, that's a bit smaller in scale than I was offering. I mean, I'd like you to be able to do whatever you need. Or perceivably as long as this body can walk.
This is true.
If you'd like to do it on a task-by-task basis, that may not entirely fit what I was going for.
I have 2 ideas in mind. First would be a compass, allowing you to track down the enemy of your life at any time that you desire, from any distance. And the second is a weapon, to vanquish them and remove them from the place that they hold right now.
I think a weapon might suit my needs a bit better. But offering them both makes it seem like I may have need for this compass. No. I'm great at tracking already. I'm sure I can find them. I just need a means of making it easy to vanquish them.
Understandable. Do we have a deal then?
Yes.
Lovely. I'm assuming you're quite fond of the weapon that you carry currently.
Well, as far as I know, it's the only one that can do the job.
Would you hold it out for me?
Yeah, she brandishes it and holds it out.
You watch as Offenzia kind of like pulls her hand up into the air and it seems to reach into a pocket dimension where she begins to pull out these crystals and jewels that, as she releases them from her hand, you see they turn into dust before your eyes, seemingly disintegrated as it passes through the air and begin to sprinkle across the needle, infusing the magic into the needle itself, and the needle begins to glow brighter and brighter. And this goes on for a good couple minutes as she's continuously pulling strands of magic from seemingly nowhere and infusing them into the weapon itself. And then she stops. She takes a step back. The needle glows for a minute and then diminishes back down to what it normally is. You're all set?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
The
Octavia.
floor's all yours, Tavi.
Right. Alonesies, please.
Oh, yes. She, like, flips her hand, and Octavia and her disappear. Just like,
Bye, guys.
they just pop.
So that's what happened to Februm.
Pretty much.
Octavia, you blink, and you find yourself in a circular room. Looking out the windows, you can tell that you are in a tower somewhere, but nowhere that you've ever experienced before. This is... You look out and you see clouds. You see a sprawling landscape around you. And as you kind of walk over to the window looking down, you see that this tower is not connected to anything. It floats through the air of its own volition.
Huh. Well, that's fancy.
Every good wizard has a tower.
I suppose, although I'm kind of unfamiliar.
You can speak freely here. Nothing extraplanar or this plane can hear you or detect anything that happens in this room.
Okay. What I offer for is information for information.
Yes.
Something that I haven't told anyone, but I suppose I should say what I'm asking for first.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you know.
She, like, pulls out a book. Now,
Octavia kind of like...
I already know, and I won't be asking for that emotion.
Right. Oh, wait.
But the request
You-
that I do have is that you speak your truth into this book.
Like, okay. I can do that. And she spends like a good minute.
Yeah.
Like just kind of like waffling.
Yeah, Offenzia,
Before-
like, opens up the book and, like, brings it, like, no closer than a couple inches to your face. Whenever you're ready.
That just makes me more nervous. And finally, like, after she, like, stills, takes a deep breath. Just... The only thing I want in this life is to die. But I love Alessander, and that terrifies me.
You watch as the words almost take form as they leave your lips. kind of becoming text on this page. You see it sprawl at an unbelievably fast pace. You see full pictures that take up full pages begin to form of you and Alexander. You can't tell what's happening in them, but you see pages flip, 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 and eventually it reaches the last page. That last mumble comes out of your mouth, and it says the end. And before you have a chance to absorb any of the information, she closes the book. And she holds it close to herself. A story for the ages. Maybe one day you'll get to read it.
Look kind of short.
Mortal lives tend to be.
You can share the information with everyone too. I don't mind if they hear. In fact, it's probably better if they do, but that I didn't want to say in front of anyone, especially not him.
Oh no, a contract is bound. I have no need to disseminate this information to anyone else other than myself. And I have a story to keep me busy for ages.
All right.
Unfortunately, the task I have to lay out in front of you is quite difficult.
All right.
It might be best for me to tell the whole group.
Yes, of course.
And she snaps her fingers, and no more than a second later, than Tavi and Afenzia left, they return. You see Afenzia has a new book in hand that quickly gets put into her robes. Well, with that, I have a quest for all of you. Nothing terrible, nothing major, just dethrone a god.
Wait a
nothing-
minute.
Nothing terrible, nothing major. Just
No, hold
essentially
on.
kill God.
What god are we talking about, first of all? Second of all, that does not sound like an easy thing to do. Third of all,
Don't worry about it, Winnie. It's just a typical Sunday for any normal Joes, just dethroning God.
oh yeah, that's a typical first-year quest, wrong with stumbling upon a cult, dying, being revived, and getting god blood stuck in my arm. Typical Sunday! Zephyr!
I wasn't being sarcastic to you. I was trying to, tag on it to make a point to,
I'm
back
just
you
saying,
up. But
why does this keep happening to us?
sorry.
Oh my god. Okay, you know what, let's just hear it. I'm ready. What is it? What are we doing?
To remove a deity, you will need the power of one.
Oh, joy.
And unfortunately, with the way that the world stands, it's impossible for new ones to be created. Now, you could reach out to the current ones, but they are... And for the first time, you see her show anger?
Oh.
Maybe frustration?
Oh.
They are temperamental.
Will you elaborate on that, your ladyship?
Oh, well, the quest is to retrieve the 6 shards of every plane.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, meaning each plane is broken into 6 shards, or there
No.
are 6 planes that are in shards?
6 planes that are in shards.
Well, we
What
Oh,
are
like
there
the
for
one you
five?
have.
one of them
Yes.
now, so
Yes.
or are there 6 more?
There's
Well.
6 more.
There are
Ah.
3 active shards and 3 inactive. currently, the Celestial Shard, the Fiendish Shard, and the Material Shard are all active. The Fae, the Gear, and... I have to look at my notes. And the Primordial Shard are inactive.
Are we gonna, like, break something if we take these?
Are
Quite
we
possibly.
in one of them?
Oh, not in, but it is currently sustaining life.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
So if we take it, we die.
Wait,
Oh,
Fae
no.
gear.
Oh, I get it. If we take it, we have the power to control if we die.
To an extent. Think of the shards as batteries.
What's a
able to-
battery?
I forget, it's been quite a while.
So, like, my little, like, thing.
A
has
magical component.
a battery.
All right. The uncultured lake folk person here. I don't.
It can still be active and do its job while supplying energy in other capacities.
Okay.
So Fae. What are the inactive ones? Fae, gear, and
Fae, Gear, and
Primordial.
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 So we have Fae.
Do you?
Do we?
Oh, do we need to, like, persuade you to give it to us? Is that gonna be, like, our
I
first?
took it that you were.
Oh
having
no,
us
absolutely.
you.
I'm in this for the long haul. This is quite exciting. You have my Fae Shard.
Cool.
So we do have Fae.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Well,
Maybe?
Just playing games, Zephyr. Stop
You-
making
you
it
have to
worse.
fight- You
Zephyr,
have
it's
to fight
okay.
her,
Tyrion.
Zephyr. You have to fight her.
As
did that get
hilarious
on
as
the
that
table?
would, as hilarious as that might be, I really think that we should probably stick together. You know, fighting a god, need all hands on deck kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yes. That is how. Actually, that's 2 birds, 1 stone. 2 birds, 6 stones.
Wait. So,
Anyway.
So
It's pretty inefficient.
yo, who are we
3
overthrowing?
per. Anyway.
yeah.
Once you've collected the stones, that you will have enough power to do pretty much anything you want.
Right. Like, expel an archfey without a home from my poor friend who
Yes.
didn't ask for it.
Especially without him possessing anyone else.
Oh, that's neat added bonus.
So is the Archfey the god we're taking down? I'm confused.
Oh no, that would be Blazidin.
I'm on board.
Oh.
Figured. Yeah.
Currently, he makes it impossible for anyone to rise to deity level.
Why? Because
Other
he's
than the
hogging up all the
Celestials.
space down there?
Oh no, well, you'd have to pay more for that.
Well, I don't necessarily need to know that now, do I? I just have to know how to kill him. Great. And we have the information, so joy. But
Do we
you're
have-
right.
Do we have
So-
a location?
Yeah. Where do we find the
For the
next
next one?
shard? Yes.
It's in the city.
Huh? Seriously?
Oh wait, does the Eclipse have it?
I was gonna say
I'm
the
not
academy, but
Wait, does the what have it?
The what now?
hold on.
The-
Let's see it.
Actually, Lily,
Zone?
I need you to. You take
Mhm.
damage, don't you?
Uh huh.
You take a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Uh oh. The what now?
I can't
Oh,
remember if it's a
no.
saving throw or not.
I don't think it is. I think you just
Yeah.
take damage.
Yeah.
Ah, coffee. It's
yeah.
cold
You
now.
you just take 5d10 psychic damage.
Nice. How many D10?
Lord, 5!
5.
Ooh,
Goodness gracious.
good thing you healed those 3 hit points.
Yeah, you needed all of them.
Oh my goodness gracious sakes. Wow.
Don't
Takes a
worry, it
solid
can't kill
50.
me.
Holy calzone, Batman.
How much did you take?
That's a lot of damage!
Uh-oh.
I gotta know.
I does have to know.
What she
You
said.
take 29 points of psychic damage.
Not
Ooh,
bad.
Still
Boy,
ouchie.
howdy.
That's more than half. Actually,
Boy,
that's
howdy.
more than half.
Yeah, but boy,
That
howdy.
is more than half.
Do we see her take, like, do we see her, like,
Oh, she visibly
happens?
recoils.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a visual, like a physical reaction when the word eclipse leaves Lily's mouth, where it's for a second it looks like her head is being compressed as there's just this heavy force around her, and a little bit of fluid begins to leak from her nose and from her ears.
Hey,
Hmm.
what the hell just
I wanna know.
happened?
I want to know what that was.
And are
Well,
you okay?
I guess I can't say that even.
What is that? Why did that do
Vegan?
that?
I don't know if we should have her answering more questions
so-
about that right now.
Like, I know what an eclipse is in terms of like the thing that where the something covers something. Yeah. But did you? Did something happen when you were with the? Did something happen when you were with Oh, what's that crazy southern lady's name again?
Rutha.
Ruth.
Rutha. Yes. Is that?
She's not crazy. She is quite sane.
Well,
Unfortunate.
it's relative. Anyways, is that some kind of like magic? Maybe that. Did you sign a contract with Rutha?
Lily?
Don't.
Well, I don't want to ask any more questions because clearly that hurt. She's leaking fluid. Can I tell what kind of fluid it is? Is it blood or is it not? You said fluid. That's very specific.
It probably is blood.
I'll say it's blood, but it's got a interesting tint to it.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
looks, so you like, blood has its consistency and stuff. This looks a little too perfect in a way, where the glisten is just right, and the way that it is like falling down isn't messy. It is in perfect little like drips and bolts. It's holding itself together too well to be normal blood.
Lily, let me
Can I
heal
hit her
you.
with a cure
Come here.
wounds?
Oh, or you can. I still
What?
have a third level spell slot.
I mean, I
have
do
one
too.
left.
Oh,
So do I.
Oh. Which,
Uh,
is it the same dice?
what are yours?
D8? Yeah.
Cure
Yeah,
wounds
what's
is
your,
always a
uh,
D8.
Plus?
Oh, then
What's
I
your
mean, I don't
modifier?
care. It's up to you. +3.
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay.
I got +2.
Lily,
You
let
need
me
a
heal you.
+3
Come
to
here.
get enough.
Well, if you don't have any more questions, I would like to return to my studies.
13.
Yes, of
13.
course. Thank you for your time and your information. When we find shards, we just bring them to you.
Oh,
Give them
yes.
To the Raven, or what's? The...
Oh, to me.
Okay.
Have any of you mastered 5th level magic yet? Well, when you do, come back to me.
Magic.
All right. Because it did not make me feel good when I held it, but I was able to do so without any repercussions, or so I think. So I can.
Oh, it was probably trying to
Conceivably.
impart madness upon you.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. Definitely
Oh, no.
did not happen. I'm, as you can see,
Useful information.
not mad.
For
Does
when
that-
we do find more of them.
Happen with all of the shards.
Well, the inactive ones do sometimes hold the memories, feelings, emotions, and magical capacities of the creatures that once lived in that plane.
Ah,
Lovely.
Makes sense.
Good
delicious.
to know. Good to know.
They did kind of implode at one point in time.
So
Yeah,
I've
I could
been-
see a lot of negative emotions coming from that.
Write that one down.
In
Alright.
theory, all
Alright,
the active ones could implode as well.
Right,
Suck-
including this one.
Yes.
So we need to
should probably-
get a move on.
Yeah, let's go. We have a lot of questions to ask that aren't for her ladyship.
Say hi to the dragon for me, will you?
Say yeah, I sure will. I forgot that there's 3 of them. Let's go, guys.
It's been so long since I've talked to Aofic.
Lovely. Yeah.
Huh.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll be sure to say hi. Yeah.
Ta-da.
Isn't Aofic the name of the town?
It is.
Yeah.
something, something is.
Yeah.
Something
Three,
dragon.
three
That's a
dragons,
weird
3
coincidence.
towns. Wow.
Alrighty then. And so I guess they just kind of make their way
Yeah.
out.
Can we just like walk out the front door
Absolutely. You walk out the front door
by breaking and entering?
into the crisp night air. Frebrum, there's a little emotion you get from the key that says that you should lock the door behind you.
Oh yes, of course.
Good.
As it seems to hold a minor form of sentience.
Nice.
Um,
You have a friend.
Little key.
Familiar.
So you'll,
Low key.
you lock the door, continue on your way, and that's where we're gonna end it for tonight.
No!
I think there's
No.
some large conversations that are about to happen, and we are
That's
already
yeah.
at 2.5
Might
hours.
take a hot sec.
wait.
And this will give people plenty of time to figure out what they want to say and what's going to happen. So, thank you all for joining us tonight. It was definitely a little bit more of a lore dump night. So thanks
didn't roll
for
a
sticking
single
with
die.
us.
Looks like there's probably gonna be another one next week.
Yeah,
Oh, chef's
lots of
kiss.
mysteries, lots of things for the party to still uncover.
This world is crazy, Max. This is insane. I love it.
It's got a lot going on.
Loving it.
So,
Guys. Drink water.
Or don't.
no, drink water. It's good
We don't
for
Drink
you.
care.
water.
Adult Swim.
Drink water.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye. all.
Bye.